in that passage B displays an attitude toward the ideas it discusses that is more what? Well, we already identified that A is like persuasive and B is informative, right? So already I'm looking for something that's more neutral about B than A, because A is more in your face. Also, A is talking about law, B is just talking about the science. So A, is it more engaged? No, it seems to be the opposite. B is more engaged, or passage A is more engaged than passage B is. So answer choice B, dismissive? Dismissive of what? I didn't feel like there was any dismissing going on here. Detached. Sounds like a cold word, but that is the reality here, because if you look at passage B, and I had to look back, but if you look at passage B, none of these claims are owned by the author, right? On line 29, for example, it says, it has long been argued. Okay, you're telling me what someone else argues. On line, what is this? 33, he argued. And then, I already said this before, but on line 53, one could make the analogy. The author never takes ownership for these claims, so the author's detaching him or herself from the text. Taylor, you don't like that?
Well, I just thought that all 5 of these were pretty bad answers.
Okay, well, let's keep going. They're always bad, Taylor. You got to get over that.
No,
okay,
yeah.
We're looking for the best one, right?
Right, no, I get
so
that.
I would keep C open, but I wouldn't be like, yay, C. I would just be like, okay, maybe.
Yeah, and I mean, none of them really, I mean, besides...
And it's not ironic, right?
No, of course not.
And it's not, now the question is it skeptical?
No.
No, the author never takes a stand, so it's detached. Wait, so what do you not like about detached? Do you think it is not detached?
I don't know, I just didn't see how it was necessarily detached. Now that you've gone over, the 5-word blips in the passage, now I see how it is. It's just those tiny
Yeah,
things.
so this is something you do want to, I mean, I was kind of going back to confirm, but I should have not even have needed to do that. This is something that you want to be sensitive to as you're reading each sentence, because what are we dividing these sentences in? To 2 categories, right? Either owned by the author or pushed off to somebody else. Either the sentences are going to display the opinion of someone else, or they're going to tell you what the author thinks. And so we want to be aware of that, because when we're done with these passages, we want to be able to say, well, the main point is this, and the main point really depends on what the author is saying, not what the author has attributed to others. And so that's why when we get to the end of passage B, we can say, oh, this is informative, because the author never took ownership for any of this. Right.
And it's owned by the author in A because he's making an argument, and B is just describing other people's arguments.
Yeah, and it's totally fine for passages to take ownership for some part of the passage and at the same time push off other ideas onto other people. It's just that if you never do that, then the passage as a whole could be described as detached. Yeah.
I chose engaged.
Engaged, why?
I don't know, I think either I was more engaged with passage B.
What is your attitude towards B versus A?
I was also thinking that he's considering different things that people say, and Hume and Eyre, and so he's more
engaged with the world, with others.
Just the literature, maybe, I don't know. But it's wrong.
Yeah.
Very wrong.
I don't know if it's very wrong, but this because of the ownership thing, I think that's what you kind of got to look at engaged as. Okay.